Do you hear this album and say, "Damn, like this is a 5 year culmination of work"?
I'm not gonna say a 5 year culmination of work, but I will say it seems very thought provoking.
Yeah, life be so crazy I can't handle. Niggas be says I can tell when they're.
The album dropped uh, last week. Is
Yeah.
it this week? This week actually. And what's y'all thoughts on that?
I listened to the album maybe 10 times since we last spoke.
Okay.
In different orders, shuffle, back to front, front to back. Just trying to really, and every time that I listen to it, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I heard something new. But I didn't hear something positive every time. I hear, the intro tracks of, the first song, I forgot the name of it, N95, Worldwide, Steppers, like that little trio of songs. They're very interesting. They're very interesting. But the thing is I don't care. I permanently don't care for a lot of the songs on the album. They're just instant skips. Like the song with Blast. I like the sound. It's a cool radio song, but it's immediately a radio song. And I hate radio-esque music. So I'm cool off that. The song like the Purple something. You know what I'm talking about?
The Purple
It had like Summer Walker on it.
Purple Heart.
I didn't care for that one either.
Cool beat. I like the chorus. He's like, "Hey baby." I like that part. That's it. These songs overall, I don't want to go on too long on a tangent. The songs, bro, most of the album feels like they could have been throwaway songs. This album doesn't feel like it's 5 years worth. It's weird. It's not do you hear this album and say, "Damn, like this is a 5 year culmination of work"?
I'm not gonna say a 5 year culmination of work, but I will say it seems very thought provoking. Like it was very thought out,
So I heard a snippet, and I can send it to you guys after. It's Kendrick Lamar saying, "It's Oklahoma,"
Yeah.
It's from a song that's not on the album, and he's saying, the album was done back in 2019. I just forgot. I was playing Fortnite with Baby King.
Oh, was that a song on the album or
no?
Oh, it was just like a random, like a Lucy somewhere. Him just talking.
Yeah, I can send it to you guys after.
Yeah, send me that.
I'm like, this motherfucker wasn't lying. He wasn't lying.
I will say, okay, so like he probably, I'm not saying that you lying that happened. He probably said like that's crazy. He said it's done in 2019. But the more I'm looking at it, because then he must, if it was done, then he must have made more reservation, like changed it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Because of the whole Kyrie shit.
Yeah, Kyrie stuff. The transgender. Obviously, people were talking about like transgenders like forever, but like, well, not forever, but I think in 2019 we wasn't really talking about too much. It was more 21, 22. When did Kodak get out? 2020 or 2021?
I don't remember.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the things.
Around 2020, late
2020.
You kind of like that, I think.
And I'm gonna keep it a bug, bro. If that makes sense, because I didn't even think about Kodak getting out of jail. I don't see any big name rappers saying, I need a rap feature in 2022 or late 2021. They say, let me go get Kodak. The only thing he came out with was Super Gremlin. You think that's enough to say, oh, yeah, let me go get Kodak? Unless Kendrick is like a big Kodak fan.
That's what I'm thinking. Just because I don't think Super Glim, like when Kodak, like, because they just had to have like a friendship or something. I feel like just because, he wasn't like Kodak wasn't kind of cold around that time because he was in jail. Like he wasn't really dropping nothing crazy. So I think they did have like an actual relation, like it's just a friendship. A weird friendship, but it was definitely interesting. Is that all you had to say about the album, Ozzy?
No, I don't. This is Kendrick's worst album amongst his albums. Section 80.
Wow.
Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City. I'm just naming them off in order, like of coming out. Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly. I'll listen to Untitled, Unmastered. There's more there's more genuine songs in an album of throwaways. Damn, and this. What album out
That's
of those?
crazy.
What album out of those is? And I'll understand if you say Untitled and Unmastered, but what album out of those albums is this album better than?
Damn.
I'm gonna say Untitled and Unmastered. I'm gonna say Section 80, just because I'm really, for me, I was a really late Kendrick fan. So like I probably was. I kind of went back and tried to listen to it, like, you know, what I forgot however many years it was, but I was a late Kendrick fan, so a lot of music I really wasn't listening to. So I'm gonna put it over that. But to be honest, after listening to it and I really thinking about this shit, it's like I don't even want to compare niggas' albums anymore, because all of them are kind of just like, each album is like a moment. It's like a moment in time or a moment in their career. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you can judge as far as like effort, you know, sound, you know, you can judge as far as that, but as like far as content goes, like, I'm not going to judge it because it's moments in their life. But to say that, I'll say that to say with this Kendrick album, it's funny. I think the exact opposite about like what you said. The literally exact opposite.
A lot of rappers or a lot of people think it's a very crazy album. They can't say another word besides just wow. This shit sounds different.
See, for me, I say one, it sounded different, and two, it was really for me, it was a lot of like thought-provoking music and a lot of introspective music. And that's kind of one thing that I've been liking a lot more lately. I've been trying to get into more and more introspective music. That's why when I seen like The Heart came out, and I kept listening to it, watching the video. When The Heart came out, I just kept, you know, listening to it, and I was like looking, like, damn, like this is real. Like, out of all the music that was dropping like for the past year, it's like nothing really like gravitated as far as like having like a message or having some type of like thought process into putting it out. You know, it was refreshing to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really made me like the album a lot, just because it wasn't what I've been listening to for the past like year and a half. Like, I've been listening to so much like turnt music to where like when I hear something with substance, it just automatically grabs, you know, my attention. But I don't know, man. Like, I think this album was great. Just starting off,
you know what was one of my issues, bro?
Yeah. But that's the thing. I know that you don't care. Like not like you know so much music, and you don't like. Obviously, you know a lot of like, you know a lot of different types of art and different types of genres. But I know you don't really care. Like you don't put as far as like what's the word, like, if the person can rap, like, you know, you fuck with it, but it's like you don't really put a lot of stock into like, okay, if they're saying something cool, but it's like make it sound good. Is that fair to say? Is that fair to say?
I know you literally segued into what I was about to say.
Yeah.
The substance is there.
Yeah.
In a rap song,
it just doesn't sound good. Like, as far as what you know to try to say.
Yeah, bro. If you are a god tier artist, you need that 3-course meal. You need the flow, the beat, the lyrics.
Yes. Okay. Fair. Yeah. That's what
substance, I should say. He has the substance. On some songs, a lot of songs, the beat's crazy. But songs like Mama or Mother, I'm Sober, and Mortal Mirror, it's like I have a bad issue of comparing rappers' prior albums to their newest one, because I want to see if they're declining or not. It is a different part of their life, but bro, Damn was really like different for Kendrick. He had the mainstream, and then it was like, whoa, To Pimp a Butterfly was all over the place on a spectrum, right? Section 80, like you said, was all the songs was a substance and mostly about women being abused. It was a lot. It was pure substance. Section 8, you know, so it was in the title. This album was a decline because every single album that Kendrick has came out with every single year has showcased that he is still the best rapper. Not one song on this album said to me, this dude is still out rapping people.
Okay.
I hear J. Cole on Bia's feature, and I'm like, this nigga did a whole new flow I ain't never heard. Have you heard that song?
I did. It's called London, right? It's called like London or Rats or something like that. Yeah.
He's like, I'll pump it up and top of your biz. That nigga went crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just that feature. It was his album before that.
Yeah.
It was KOD. KOD went stupid.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I feel like I don't want to say we give Kendrick the luxury, but it's like we've seen so many high moments as far as like lyrical rap ability from Kendrick to where it's like, so where it's like now it's like I feel, and I'm just kind of like, maybe I'm speaking from, I'm not sure, just from how I'm looking at it, is like he's really trying to push, like he's more focused on like the message more than like you know what I mean, the lyrical ability. But you know what I'm saying, like obviously he's showing the lyrical ability here and there, but I feel like it's more amazing artists can kind of intertwine it all. It's more, he's more the message than it is like the sound or like how the sonic sound.
It's shitty, bro, because he's not the only artist that we see do that have that sporadic sporadic, oh, I don't care to rap. I do now care to rap. I don't care to rap. Drake did it Drake's been doing it for the past fucking 3 years. He's been showing that he's goated at rap still, and then he's like making goated R&B, like slower songs. Then he's just making, all right, I don't give a fuck, here's a song.
See, okay, I'm happy you said that, and I think I think the way Drake does it is that he'll always have good beats or just kind of cool beats, like catchy beats, but it's just the lyrical performance lacks pretty bad. With Kendrick, it's like the lyrical performance is extremely consistent. It's just that like the beat choice and like the production and the way that he wants to go about it sometimes is like it doesn't really connect. It's like, okay, like I feel you, but it's like, get on that DNA, get on the beat like DNA, get on the beat like there was like, even with Damn, it's like he was rapping his ass off, but the beats and the beats and the sound, them shits were just like, it was perfect. You know what I mean?
Two things. One of the things is that was something my dad's from Compton, California.
Yeah.
Okay? He born and raised. That is one thing I always try to put him on the Kendrick. Every time he hears a Kendrick song, besides The Heart, there's certain songs where he's like, okay, he's really good. Most of other Kendrick songs, my dad is like, it's just the beats. The beats don't hit hard.
Yeah.
You know, like the substance is there. Yeah, he's talking about some stuff, but the beats, being from LA, you gotta have hard beats. It's just the culture of LA hip hop.
Yeah.
To have good beats. And on To Pimp a Butterfly, bro, every song had substance besides the song like this dick ain't free, whatever song that was. But every song has substance. Can't tell me it. Every beat was crazy, had dope ass samples from Black soul artists. It was amazing. The very ending song was Mortal Man, where he's talking to Tupac. That's one of my top 5 Kendrick songs ever.
Love it. I love that song.
Love it.
That song.
When shit hits the fan, are you still
a fan? Man, that shit was crazy.
So when I hear this, nothing makes me. Besides, bro,
really,
like,
bro,
I won't hear Silent Hill for the next 6 months and think it's timeless. It's dope. I love that song, and Kodak is tolerable on that.
Bro, Mr. Morale was kind of like that. Who else? What else?
It was like a sprinkle.
Count me out. Count me out. I
hate that chorus. Yeah, you see what you just did? Why the fuck is Kendrick doing that shit, man?
Bro, but like, I feel
count me out. That's good.
What?
Now, no, this is the thing, Iggy, and I know you would like that. You always like that type of shit.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I do.
It's not bad. It's that harmonized, it's that melodic shit.
Yeah.
I heard a song, no cap on my son. I heard a part of some song on this album. When I find it, I'll let you guys know. And he's like doing the Kid Cudi. I heard him do that. I was like, what the fuck?
Maybe you're talking about Savior. So Savior was
Possibly.
a hard. Yeah.
I'm like, why not just get Cudi? The beginning, if you play the vocal of the girl harmonizing on "Let's Cry Together," it sounds like Willow Smith.
Yes,
and I'm like,
wow. I was thinking of. I was
Right.
trying to think of. I was trying to think of who I thought that was. I
Yeah.
think that might have been it. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's weird decision making regarding the album, and I don't respect the only rap feature to be Kodak and Baby Keem. I don't respect that. If you are a man of hip hop,
No, he had his other nigga too. So the PG Lang, another nigga he signed, he had him on the album too. So and Baby Keem, the PG Lang artist too. So I think he just kind of keeping it in. Obviously, he went and got the other niggas like Blast and Summer Walker, and Kodak, but I don't know. But I feel you though. I wanted to hear. I honestly thought it would have been great to hear J. Cole feature. Like I agree with you on that a lot. It's like damn. But he name dropped him though. So I'm just like, damn, like how you gonna name drop him and be like, hey bro, you don't want to get on the album? Like, I don't know.
Happens every time, bro. He drops the album. There's always a name drop of somebody. He ain't it's Kendrick is the album left me, and it has still left me with a feeling where I'm like, there's no way he doesn't drop more music this year. There has to be something.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking about this too. I think if he does drop more music, it's gonna be either at the end of this year or middle next year, maybe mid next year. I think that hearing this, I think he's gonna let this breathe for a minute. I don't know why. I don't know. Look, I'm gonna go down the song. I'm gonna tell you a song that I don't like on this shit. I'm gonna tell you a song I don't like. Okay, I didn't really care for We Cry Together. I didn't really care for that. I've had no crazy I haven't had no crazy relationships, man. I haven't had no, I'm not taking a girl's keys. I haven't done that. I haven't met a girl that'll do that, but I didn't really care for it. Purple Hearts, I didn't like that one either. Auntie's Diaries, it was a crazy, it was different. Obviously, it's like I never
sucked. It sucked.
I'm not gonna say it sucked because he's telling stories.
He's telling
stories. He's telling
the story didn't suck. The song.
Okay. That's
what he's saying.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Now.
Yeah. The song. Yeah. The message was, you know what I mean, introspective and good, but the song sucked. Okay. Yep. Yes. I be blurring the lines, but I'm really understanding.
Yeah, as we get older, we cannot blur the lines, bro.
Yeah. Facts. And then Mother I Sober. Again, great message. Didn't really care for the song. That's the thing. Mirror was okay, and this is the thing. Other than that, it was a great for me. Crown again, the song sucked. But I see what these are trying to do. The song sucked though. But yeah, that was probably like out of 18 songs, bro. I'm throwing away 5. That's
out of all the songs,
shooting percentage though.
Out of all the songs,
18 shots, 5. And
out of all the songs, I'm liking 5.
Wow, bro. But okay, you didn't like N95?
I liked N95. Name them off after that.
Okay. I'm gonna just start from the top. Okay.
Yep.
United in Grief.
I don't really remember that.
N95.
Yes.
Worldwide Steppers.
I think I like parts of it.
Okay. What's called Die Hard. That's the I hope it's not to the Blast song.
Nope.
Father Time.
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna just say no. I'm just gonna say no.
Okay.
Rich Spirit. You like Rich Spirit, right?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
We Cry Together.
I like the beat, but I can't listen to that song in the future. There's just no point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna listen to that again. Yeah, okay. I'll just say no for that. Okay, Purple Hearts.
No.
Yeah, same. Okay. Count Me Out. You didn't like that one? Crown.
No.
Silent Hill.
Yes.
Savior Interlude.
No.
Damn. Savior, just a song.
Yes.
Auntie Diaries.
No.
Mr. Morale.
Yes.
But you didn't like Mother I Sober, yeah, so no.
No.
And then Mirror.
No.
Okay, so 5. Damn, 5. So yeah, that's
I'll
crazy.
keep it a bug. Yeah, it's
You're taking 5. Wow. I'm taking like 11. I think I'm taking 13. I can't do the math right. 13.
And you know what's
13,
crazy, bro?
13.
And you know what's crazy is
Yeah.
Joey Badass is dropping his album 2000 this year. I think next month. Did you guys hear his mixtape? If he comes out here, I'll probably try to go because it's probably gonna be a smaller room. I like smaller room concerts.
Yeah.
So have you guys heard his debut mixtape 1999?
Absolutely.
Okay. Cassis, you haven't heard?
I have to listen to it.
I don't look. Whenever you get time, you need to listen to.
Yes.
Whenever you get time, man, you just listen to it.
Look,
yeah.
This is what you need to do. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. While there's a really dry period of music out, bro, go on DatPiff or type in highest selling mixtapes or highest downloaded mixtapes ever.
DatPiff, yeah.
And listen to all of them.
Wait, I'm gonna name off some. Wait, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
I know. I'm right. I don't know. Like Dream Chasers. You had 1999. Live Love ASAP.
Yeah.
Probably No Ceiling. Sorry.
The Yellow album.
The Yellow album.
Yeah. Rich Forever. Have you listened to Rich Forever?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm kind of curious as y'all talking about, especially Mozzie saying like he liked the message, not the way the song is put. What do y'all think in your own personal breakdown of the album, and especially with the N95 video out, what y'all think the message was really? Can y'all tell me y'all perspective of those?
For me, I think the message of this album was just kind of like I said, like really introspective and kind of put in the mirror. Like most of the songs, I feel, I don't want to say he's calling people out, but he's basically just like talking about what he sees, like obviously in his profession, amongst his contemporaries, among the world, you know, whether it be with like the vaccine, whether it be with COVID, you know, how the hip hop game is, just the entertainment game in general, just kind of, I think it is very big on the message. Like the whole idea about this album was more of just kind of a, hey, like look, like be aware of your surroundings, like be aware of what's going on, like in real time in your real actual life. And I think the second biggest thing, it was like whenever there's struggle or heartache or just anything going on as far as just something to climb over or to get over, whatever the case may be, it's like we're always looking for, you know, the savior. We're always looking for the guy, you know what I mean, to get us out this hole or get us out this mess, where he's just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like don't make these people you see as like the saviors or like the people that are gonna get you out of whatever you into, you know what I mean? It's kind of like look into yourself towards what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, what you want to believe in. Have your own opinion. Don't be afraid of having your own opinion. You know, live life through your lens and enjoy it and stuff like that. That's how I feel like the album was for me. And I think it was just how it was brought to us was just how it kind of just how he felt, you know, because it's like one thing is I remember when the whole Black Lives Matter shit was going on, and then you know, he went mute, he went silent, him and Cole went silent, right? And everyone was like, I know I was like, where the fuck is he at? Like, you know what I mean? And just kind of like, why was I so mad at him or why am I wanting him to speak on this? Like, what the fuck does, as great as Kendrick Lamar is, like, what the fuck does Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole gonna say that's gonna, you know what I mean, change the world? Or, you know, it's, you know what I mean, like, why do we rely on these figures to like give us something? So I think that's what it was. Just
shit. Back then, I think they knew that the organization was bullshit, and they were stealing money from black folk, and no one ever wanted to talk about it. I was trying to tell you niggas last year.
No, bro. Facts. I believe you now. All this bullshit.
Yes. So now my perspective.
Yeah.
The album isn't fluid. Okay, it's not a full cohesive album. It doesn't tell a complete story, but like Iggy does say, it does tell a story of being your own person.
Yeah.
Be who you are. No shit, Kendrick, but thanks. I guess some people needed to hear that.
No, but that's the thing. A lot of people do. A lot of people
need to hear that in the rap game, which is cool.
In general, though, I feel like a lot of people need to hear that in general, though.
Yeah. So I feel like maybe the the whole thing of it being a double disc album made no sense.
Did that have to do with his contract?
It's
That's all. That's the only thing I'm thinking of.
possible.
Did he owe
That's
2
smart. I never
albums?
even heard about that.
Yeah,
I
like did
never
he owe
even
2
knew about
albums?
that.
Yeah.
It's possible. I didn't even think about it. Yeah, because both sides, it didn't. There's nothing different.
You know what? I was watching I'm like batting off the Joe, but I was watching the Joe's Budden podcast earlier today, and the dude, the guy, his name is Ish. No, Ice. He made a good point. It was so the album is called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, right? And then if you listen to the album, he felt like if you do it by like the 2 album, he felt the first part was like the Big Steppers, and then the second part was like kind of like Mr. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like it's kind of like it flipped, or like I don't know if I said that right, but it's kind of like he flipped the albums upside down based off like the name or some shit like that. Or and I was thinking about it too. I was like, maybe if he called it the Big Steppers and Mr. Morale, it wouldn't sound cool. You know what I mean? So maybe he just kind of did as far as the namesake goes, but I don't know. So I could say as far as that, like the fluidity to your point. But
yeah, and to add one notch to it, I believe it was more about childhood trauma and how to deal with it mostly that he talked about. Because Father Time, Auntie Diaries and all that, he talked about his kind of childhood and what makes him, do the things he's doing. And for me, one line that kind of like sealed the deal was he said, like, I'm done with the sensitive talking to personal with the black and white, the wrong and the right. That line is basically saying he's done with kind of like it brought me back to philosophy where about duality, about seeing ourselves as individuals only. But he talked about it's like a biblical reference when Adam and Eve ate the apple and the serpent saying, don't you want to know what's right? And, don't you want to open your eyes and stuff like that? But I think he's just saying, like, stop relying on our minds to make all these decisions, but kind of judge things whether they're right or wrong. And he also said, take off the fufu, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi and all that. Those are things that we constantly worry about, is the money, the payment and all that. And he's saying that all these things, the horrors, stop worrying about those things. It's just, everything has a deeper meaning behind it, and worry about yourself. And like you said, the N95, you all seen the video, is like floating as Christ, right? Like the first few years.
How do y'all feel about that? Because
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
You didn't watch it?
You should watch it when you get a chance. I won't talk about it till you watch it. But no,
I don't give a fuck.
No, cause I want to hear your perspective on it. But what's it called? What was I gonna say? There's a bar, not a bar, but it was a line in one of the songs. He was like, when I was down bad. He said it a lot better than I'm gonna quote it, but he was like, where were like the hoes that you had when you was like down bad? I was like, damn, like, obviously that's common knowledge, but it's like even this nigga Kendrick had a moment like that. Yeah. But wait, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you was but nah, I just think it was I don't know. I think it was a good album. Again, I gotta keep listening to it. There's definitely a lot of songs I'm not gonna go back over, but yeah, it's more of the messaging was amazing, and like the songs are debatable. I feel like it's probably the grand scheme of things. Like the messaging is great, but the song, as far as like how it sonically sounds, how it appeals, it's very debatable. Very, very
so
debatable.
my main thing, the last thing I'm gonna say on this, Kendrick Lamar, like you guys, like Cassie said, childhood trauma, right?
Yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma. Every single Kendrick Lamar song that he's ever made that is regarding trauma or his childhood or a story from pain from his life, that is most likely a true story, all has a emotional anger in the song. You can hear that he's passionate.
Yeah.
And then there's no song on this where I'm like, damn, this nigga's like, he's in the booth going crazy. He's passionate about this shit. Now, I understand. I mean, you don't hear rappers talk about themselves getting molested. You don't hear that, so there's nothing to go off of to compare it.
Lil Wayne talked about it in an interview. No.
Yeah. But it's like, I didn't feel it. Now, that's never happened to me. Like, if that happened to you as a kid, you probably felt like a connection, unfortunately. But it's like,
probably felt.
And it's like, even like, for instance, like if I knew someone that went from girl to a dude and he's like, Monty's a man now. I think I understand now. And that's the flow. And it's like, this shit don't hit. Like this flow ain't it to tell the story. It's like I'm saying all this right now, and I'm just like, yeah, man, like I just don't really like Kendrick's like flow and delivery. It's just not it. I'm still saying the same shit.
Yeah, it's just how you're talking about it. Yeah, there's no emotion.
It's like, what the fuck? Are you high? Like, where's your emotion? What happened? You have songs like You have songs like Blacker the Berry, where you're like, this nigga sounds like a revolutionary.
Yeah.
The thing about Tupac that made him a legend, bro, every single fucking song he ever came out with, you heard that power. He was rapping from his fucking diaphragm. This nigga was, every time Biggie rapped, it's his flow, it's his signature. Kendrick's signature of this album was his harmonizing and his higher pitched voice.
Yeah.
You chose the wrong lane for this album, Kendrick.
You think so? I feel like I get respect.
That's why there's such a bad. That's why there's such a divisiveness.
Yeah, that's why there's like,
never been divisiveness.
You like it a lot, or you're just like, I'm not fucking with it. There's no like in between. Yeah. But that's the thing. Well, you know, last album that was like that, To Pimp a Butterfly. Either some people really liked it, or
that was because
boo-boo,
it was the beats. It was the beats, though.
Yeah.
People weren't used to those African American soulful background beats, George Clinton and shit. People wasn't ready for that. I get it. But that's easily to be adapted to.
Mm-hmm.
When your whole album is one lane
as far as vocal tone, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you can't adapt to something that you just don't fuck with. Like if people don't fuck with Chance the Rapper's voice, they're not gonna adapt to it. They're just not gonna listen to it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. No, that's why I was surprised when you said you wasn't fucking with it. But now you explain it. Okay, that makes like perfect sense. That makes extreme sense. Like, it's just different. Yeah, I'm gonna say some like wild shit, but I was gonna say that it was gonna be a pause moment. But what was I gonna say? I've been on none of the socials or anything like that, but I've been hearing numbers talk about. Obviously, the numbers talk is always going to circulate. So I'm hearing that he's projected to sell 3,500.
30 to 325 to 370K.
370? Wait, 370? Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Okay, so obviously that's amazing for Kendrick. But I'm also hearing a lot of Drake fans are talking a lot of shit just because Drake's last outing, Certified Lover Boy, sold about 65 about, 6,500.
Have to look the main
that's the
thing, bro.
I'm not I'm not to cut you off, but that's the thing. I'm not falling into the numbers game anymore. The numbers game is not the game I'm going to play anymore, because one thing I'll always say, numbers don't lie, but they do not tell the whole story. The
main thing, the number that I care about is that second week number. How's it being perceived the next week? That's what happened with Doctor Strange too. I was telling anyone who asked me, is like, hey, how'd you like it? I don't like the movie. I will never watch that movie again.
I watched it yesterday.
It was a piece of shit. I don't like it.
We got to talk about this more. Can we talk about this after? Can we talk about this? Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take my ear off.
You haven't watched it? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can wait for that.
Only thing I'm gonna say is, it was very action packed, but I don't know if this is the kind of, I don't want to say this is how Disney is going, but obviously because it's a Marvel thing. But I don't know. I feel like it's if it's gonna go in this type of way, I'm like, I don't know if I'm.
No, you can't. You
You know what
can't
I'm
do
saying?
that. So the
You
real
know?
thing about that is with Marvel films, you can't be
Yeah.
naive. You have to look at who's making the film.
Okay.
The film was like this because every Marvel film has a new director, has a
Oh, okay.
new
Okay.
writer.
Yeah.
So it's not Disney. Disney gives them the budget and says, "Have fun."
Oh, okay.
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 So the issue was this is a new director. The director that made this movie made the original Spider-Man trilogy.
Oh,
So
wow.
this is cheesy. It's I
You
don't
said it
want to
was
talk about it.
easy and corny.
Cheesy, corny, and it was a piece of shit. I don't like it. Because they took out shit. They took out the wrong things of the movie. The movie felt rushed. It was short. This movie had an 81% decrease of second week sales.
Yeah, I will say there was a couple. Yeah.
It's the second steepest decline in revenue for second week sales. The second most of any Marvel movie ever.
Yeah, and that's crazy. That's honestly pretty insane. And like, kind of what we were talking about earlier, like, again, with the music, whatever you have your showing, you're coming out, you know, whether it be with music or, you know, art, whatever. It's like, are people gravitating? Are people, you know, sticking on to, you know, what you're selling and everything like that? And yeah, I will say about the movie, there was a lot of moments in the movie where I was like, this is kind of like, I'm like, the way the scene ended, or the way like they got caught in this way or that way, or like there was just so many moments where I'm like, this shit is fucking like, what the fuck is it? Like, this is like not garbage, but it's like, this is not a good, as far as like it being suspenseful, it is not a good movie. Like,
Yep.
I give that shit a good like. And that's the thing, I'm not even a movie type of guy. I really don't watch a lot. There's a lot of movies I haven't watched. I just don't really watch movies like that. But as far as all the Marvel movies I've watched, and if I could just put it with these ones, it's like, nah, like this is just kind of, it's like poor, like a poor, I don't want to say poor acting, but just poor, you know, execution. It's almost kind of like, okay, it's almost like some scenes where like, we can make this a lot better, but this might go over the budget, or we got to think about something cooler to, you know what I'm saying, to surpass this scene, and then it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? It's almost like shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah, it just, some of the moments I was just like, yeah, this is not like, it wasn't. Yeah, I say for the kids, for the little kids, for all, you know what I mean, the kids just love, you know, Doctor Strange is going to be the coolest shit in the world, obviously, but for the people that know, the older people, it's just kind of like, yeah, this was not something that it wasn't great. It wasn't great. You know, it was probably one of the worst ones to come out. The first one was a lot better. See, so who did the first one? So the first and second one was two different directors. Man, crazy.
So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn, I can't wait to see it. But what y'all think about, you know, Young Thug now, Gunna?
Oh shit, I've been forgetting
all
about
the
that.
niggas deserve to be in jail. Hopefully they get out, but they deserve it because they did it. They have Young Thug on.
Yeah,
they have him on audio, man. They have these dudes. They fucked up. They did it sloppy. If you're gonna do the crime, bro, like that, and you trying to be like a godfather of these YSL niggas, and you're sloppy at what you're doing,
yeah.
you deserve. Like, you did it.
Facts. When I heard the first report, when it was like, oh, like, I think I seen it was on TikTok, it was Academics, he was like, wow, Young Thug and Gunna just got booked on RICO charges. And when I first heard that, I was like, damn, like, it like, instantly I knew it was a wrap, because long like a couple years ago, when Kevin Gates was first coming out, he had an interview. I don't know why I was watching the interview, because he sounded very profound. But he said one thing, he was talking about a RICO charge, right? And he said on a RICO charge, they have a 98% conviction rate.
Mm-hmm.
But 98% of the time that you're in the RICO charge, you're going to face a good amount of time, right? And also what I'm hearing is this case they've been building this case for about 5-6 years. you know, like they're gonna like when they come and get you, they literally have everything they need. They're like, yep, this is, you know, like it's going down, you know. And you know, it's sad. It's sad just because it's sad as far as like, damn, like they're gonna, you know, the years of their lives are gonna be spent in jail, you know, but at the same time, it's sad too, just because it's like Mozzie saying, you chose this lifestyle, you a multimillionaire rapper, you know what I mean? You on songs with pop stars, you on songs with Drake, you on songs with some of the greatest artists, getting recognition from the greatest, you know, influencers and artists in the world. You know, people love you, and like, but you're still trying to, you know, promote a lifestyle that's killing. That's one, and that's the thing. That's another thing why I love this Kendrick album so much. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're promoting a lifestyle that's destructive towards people that look like you. You know what I mean? I don't want to get on that soapbox or anything like that, but like it's sad because it's like it's almost like you when you get caught, it's just like, well, what else? What else did you expect? Like, do you think just because you on Billboard that like the law doesn't apply to you? You know what I'm saying? You think because you millions of people are gonna watch you on a stage, like you could just kill niggas, you can just order hits. You know what I mean? It's just like, and that's the thing, like people just gotta be real, just be realistic, like really just be like realistic. Like the shit that they were doing is not right. That's not okay. Like that's not what you like. We love the music, but it's just like in the grand scheme of things, it's like the shit's not good. And it's like you get caught up on that shit, it's bad news. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally all there is to it, you know. Like hopefully, you know, they can get grace and they don't spend too long in jail, but it's just like, damn, like it's kind of like shit. Like you lay in the bed that you make.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So you lay in the bed that you make, you know. So that's all I really have towards that.
Yeah, and then Rico, I mean, that's how the American Mafia got dismantled, is because of Rico. You know, you're gonna do 190 years minimum, like it's gonna be super bad. But does this mean? What does this mean to music in the future, hip hop music, and does this open a floodgate for new artists? You know, now that we can listen to, because they trying to get now Lil Baby too. They're building a case on Lil Baby's crew now that they're gonna want, you know, Rico charges on that too. So what does this mean for hip hop?
You can go ahead, Mozzie. I haven't thought about it, but if you want to start, you go ahead and say something.
To me, I don't care. Nothing that they was coming out recently was good. So if I want to listen to Thug, I'll go listen to Slime Season 1, 2, and 3. I'll go listen to classics. If Gunna goes away forever, I'll go listen to his good shit. I mean, the fact that they can't make music anymore is like, well, fuck. Well, they probably have how much music Young Thug has recorded that probably hasn't dropped. He's good. He's good. You know, it sucks. I don't care if he's out or in. That does nothing for me. Same with Gunna. I don't know these niggas. If Lil Baby went away, that sucks because he still has potential to be a great. But these dudes that are in the hood, man, they're not going about it right. There's plenty of rappers in the rap game right now that started from the hood that made it out. You know, T.I. was getting arrested back in the day on having ARs and shit in his truck. He was a real hood nigga, went to jail for it. Lil Wayne too. Like there's rappers that are really about that shit and are known around the hip hop game to be about it, but they go about it in a different way because they're smart. So it just sucks because who knows if Young Thug got snitched on? Probably did. Who knows if his their locations got dropped or shit like that. You never know. But 5 years worth of a case, man, that's just sloppy.
Yeah, that's really sloppy, really, really sloppy. Yeah. I guess for me, I'll say I don't think, as far as when you said about a flood of new artists or just new man, there's new artists every single day. You know what I mean? Millions of artists every single day. It's and that's the thing. Again, I keep going back to the Kendrick album or just conscious shit in general. It's this shit's it's like this shit's like just unfolding before our eyes, you know. It's like go back to when we were talking about like popcorn music, right? It's just quick in the oven, like we gonna listen to it for 2-3 weeks, you know, maybe a month, and the shit we throw it away. Where's the next one? Where's the next one? Where's the next one? Right? And it's like that took away so much. People were trying to get rich. A lot of artists got rich, got a lot of money, or not even a lot of popularity off it, but that took away the power. That took away kind of like the stamp of like the artist, because it's like now it's okay. We're just gonna find someone that's gonna make just as much as money,
why?
Have music as you, and we're go ahead.
That happened because the niggas that we was looking out for was taking too long to drop music.
Taking too long,
I get the, you know, like in the early 2000s and 90s, people was taking 2 to 3 years before, like in between an album. Not everybody. There's some rappers that was popping them out, you know, like you got to do that. You have to adapt. Now, if you're a rap OG, you can't adapt. That says another thing about you as well. Yeah. There's a reason why Jay-Z hasn't dropped an album. Number one, he doesn't give a fuck about rap no more, really. Number two, he knows that, you know, it's probably been a while. He has to get an album right because times are always changing. The culture is shifting, you know, like you always have to adapt to what people want to hear, and you have to get on songs what people want to hear if you want it to at least not be a waste of time.
Yeah.
Kendrick didn't give I don't think Kendrick gave a fuck if this album was a waste of time or not. He probably ain't even gonna see the first week's sales. He doesn't care.
He was in Ghana when
and
the
that's
album
just
dropped.
Who he is.
He was in Ghana. He was in Ghana when the album dropped.
so there's no more cartoons and cereal Kendrick. That Kendrick is gone.
Yeah.
The Kendrick that we.
That's the thing. That's the same. But it's funny. It's funny because it's funny you say that, bro, because the same thing, like that's literally what we've been saying or debating about Drake. It's just like he's not the same guy anymore. Like you know what I mean? It's not the same anymore, you know.
That moment in time, we see artists that are still that same person. You know, their life changes. They reach superstardom. The Weeknd is still the same dude. He can still make great music. He's just in a different genre right now.
Yeah, Gunna outsold him, right? Didn't Gunna outsell Weeknd? I don't mean to just bring that up randomly, but didn't Gunna outsell Weeknd the first week?
Possibly, because that album was like, I mean, it was like pop. It was like some weird alternative.
But yeah, it's the thing, like maybe the Weeknd we see now, like that old Weeknd is gone. Maybe this weekend is what he's on, and that's what he's gonna be on. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's permanently on that techno pop 80s retro shit. You can fucking you can get the fuck out of here. I'm good. Fuck you.
That's the thing.
Okay. No, it's bullshit.
No, I hear you, but it's just like, look, that's the direction, you know, like they, you know,
and that means they don't care.
But that's the thing though, like in their mind, they might be thinking like, oh shit, like this is I've been in this lane for so long. I feel like I've mastered this lane, or I've given all I have, and I want to just take another direction. You know what I'm saying? Like
if Giannis next season, stop being a triple double machine, grabbing 10 plus boards, going ape shit, and he just starts shooting, a spot up shooter. He becomes Kevin Love on the Timberwolves into Cavs Kevin Love. Yeah. He's just like, I've showcased my skill set. Now I would just want to shoot for the rest of my career.
But that's the thing, though. But that's the thing. I hear what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But it's like the Weeknd, Drake, Kendrick. It's like they've in their lane that they had or whatever that we fell in love with. It's like they were doing that shit for like 5, 6, 7 years. You know what I mean? It's like over time you gotta adapt and try to find different lanes.
What would you say though? Yeah, like they're adapting. They're like, yeah, I've done all that shit. Now I want to do something different. Yeah. If Giannis being 25 or however years old, still in his prime, and he just says, I'm just gonna be a spot up shooter. I've done all that shit. Yeah. I've helped my team win. I won a ring. Now I just want to be a spot up shooter in the corner, like Peja Stojakovic.
No, I hear. So then this brings up my question. I was like, so what's a rap? What's prime years in rap? You know what I mean? Like what year? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like somebody's prime. I feel like with somebody's prime, we hear Drake make songs where it's reminiscent of what he can do. We hear, I like the song, what's it called? Greek something? Grease
with DJ Khaled.
That shit's like, it's groovy, it's nice. It's like, okay, this is Drake.
Yeah.
You know, like you hear spurts of that prime years of a certain artist.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, they still got it. Weeknd does it on every album, even if it's primarily pop, he'll throw in a little I'm still the king of this R&B shit. He'll throw that in there and then get back to his crazy stupid white boy shit. So Kendrick on this album had he had spurts where his flow was there. We're like, whoa, he can still rap. You know, it's getting me hype. And it's like, what is making these people say, I need to change or I want to change? It's been 5 fucking years. Yeah. What are you changing for?
I think it's complacent. It's a mixture of complacency and a mixture of complacency and freedom, right? And this is what I mean by this. It's like people like Drake, people like Kendrick, like Weeknd, like, you know, they've done so much good as far as the output of their music is to where like they've garnered so much of a loyal fan base, a loyal just following, to where it's like, okay, I know if I jump out of the window, I'm gonna land on something. You know what I'm saying? You know what? And I think that's what it is.
You know, you're absolutely right. But the goats of our generation, nigga, you can think of them in your head.
Yeah,
Kanye, he's the king of being different. But it works every single time because who he is still in his music.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Sounds like the album, like Yay, like that's like that's a piece of shit. But every album that Kanye has ever changed it up, it's fire because it's like, whoa, it's still Kanye at the soul of it. Because Kanye himself is different.
Yeah.
Then you got artists like J. Cole, where their little what the fuck, what is this? Was For Your Eyes Only. This is Kendrick's For Your Eyes Only. But I feel like this is just who Kendrick is now. J. Cole dropped For Your Eyes Only and snapped out of that shit. No more folding clothes music and went back to being that nigga.
Yeah. It's funny. On that album, I had one of those songs on the album. Two of those songs are in my top 10 list of J. Cole songs all time. 2 of those songs on there. But go ahead.
So then after that, you know, we have artists like Rick Ross. He doesn't have a bad project, does he?
Never.
All right.
And because he stays in his lane. He stays in his lane. He stays in his lane. He stays in his lane for sure.
And they're always good. I've never heard Rick Ross's I don't want to hear this shit. It's quality music. I'm a big Freddie Gibbs fan. He can rap over fucking oldies. He as a rapper, he's cold. Even if he changes it up, even if he harmonizes, bro. Freddie is crazy. So there's plenty of artists that I could actually take 10 minutes and think about and write down. But it's just sad that one of the goats of our generation, 2 of them now, Kendrick and Drake, they decided to say, okay, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and I'm just going to do what I want to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, bro, you don't have too much albums left. Like you're not like the end of your career is when you're going to say, I want to be different. Lil Wayne went different and then he snapped back. We didn't get a fucking what was that album called? Rebirth? Was it Rebirth?
Yeah, talking about the rock album.
Yeah. He did one of those. He was like,
that shit was hard. That shit was hard.
It had a couple.
That shit was
cracks.
Hard. That was hard.
But it's like, bro, no, man.
Have fancy underwear. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us for another episode of the Average Guy Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And yeah.